Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. You can see that I am not out in the field today. It is just freezing. I'm in Jessica's room, and oh my gosh, I take my life into my own hands when I come into here. Holy moly. But hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome. Thank you. What is that?
Your notebook.
Okay, thank you, Jessica.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my goodness. So, well, we are. Let me see who is on here right now. Oh, Meadow Rat. Hello. Let me get these glasses on so I can read. As you can see, even though I'm inside, I've got a beanie on. I've got my shawl on, my warm, thick shawl. I am cold. You know, when you're in California and you're cold and freezing, when it's 60 or 65 degrees, that tells you something, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. All right, who's here? Meadow Rat. Hello, Meadow Rat. Marsha Baldwin. Georgia Senior Lady RV here. Oh my goodness. Are you ever coming out this way, Marsha? I might be that way one of these days in the not too distant future. Oh, hi, Tiny Campers. Okay, hello. Tiny Campers is the person, Pascal, who did the how many of you have seen the tour that I aired this morning of that brilliant minivan build that has like a tub in it, a shower, bed that folds down. Oh my goodness, if you haven't seen it, you've got to go see it. Meanwhile, Pascal is here to answer questions that you may have about his build, and you can pick his brain. I'm giving you permission to pick his brain. I'm sorry, Pascal, but this may be one of the few times they get to, well, unless you start having lives. Pascal has a channel, Tiny Campers. It's two separate words. Go over and show him some love, will you, folks? He has so many interesting things over there, and he's getting ready to do some other builds and things that you do not want to miss. I'm telling you. Hey, Nora's in the house. My friend Nora from Arcuda 2001, a very talented artist. You have to go over and check her out. She's on Etsy and is having, I think, still a sale on some of her things. I bought a beautiful piece of artwork from her that I'm going to see if I can find a place to hang it in my van. Hey, Wanda Hutchins. Hello from Southern Arizona. Oh my goodness. Adele. Hey, love the minivan tour. I know. Was that not a great build? Carlene Griffith from New Mexico, Southern New Mexico. I'm not great on geography. So what cities are around Southern New Mexico, Carlene? And hey, Schooly Vibes, my friend Carol. Schooly Carol is, I'm Schooly Vibes. I'm sorry. What am I saying? That's not Carol. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking of Schooly Carol. Schooly Vibes is in the house. Hello. Wonderful. She has a channel too. Go over and check it out. She has a beautiful bus that is converted. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is that? Who else is in the house? My brother Donald Miller's here. My sister-in-law Amy is in the house. Oh, the regulars are popping in. I am going to be dropping a link so that hold on, guys, how I am about when I try and drop links, but I'm going to try and drop this link so that Pascal can come over and join and you can ask him questions. I'm sometimes when I try to drop links, I kick myself out, but let's see. Glory, hallelujah. I think it worked. I think I got it going. So, hey, Judy's in the house. And hello, Shara Mills. Hello. Simply C. Hey there. I'm joining from Walmart. Oh my goodness. Trying to multitask. I didn't want to miss the live. Oh my goodness. Stacy. Oh, Adele, subscribe to Tiny Campers today. Yes. All of you, I want you to go over and every single one who watches this, go over and watch Tiny Campers and subscribe to him. And let's get him up to, I'll have to look and see what he's at right now, but we want to at least double that before the end of today. Hey, Rideshare Road Warrior Rick. Hello, hello. And Andel B. Fellow Wanderers. Okay, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Nora dropped her link for her Etsy artwork, and it's on sale this week. I think this is part of her Memorial Day sale. So go over and see some of her beautiful work. And I'm going to have to, when I get her, she shipped it, my piece already to me. So when I get it, I'm going to show you what I bought. I liked this the first time I saw it, and whoo, I lucked out. She put it on sale. So I snatched that up in a hurry. Excuse me, folks, I have to wet the little whistle here. Hey, Kenneth, my favorite lady in Globies. He is genius. I saw it this morning. Isn't Pascal, you are a genius, and we're going to talk to you in just a minute. Hey, Bron Grin from Tasmania, Australia. Hello, hello. Bron, that is on my bucket list to get to Australia. That's one of the countries I have not been to yet, but I sure would like to get there. Oh, you're halfway between Albuquerque and El Paso. Okay, well, I was at the Albuquerque balloon festival, but that's been a few years before, you know, everything went crazy here. But I loved it. I loved it. It was such a amazing experience. Okay, Graham. Hey, Graham, one of your fellow Australians, Aussies are here. Okay, I'm tongue-tied today, but hello, Graham. From Hervey Bay, Australia, whale watching capital of the world. Okay, okay. Schoolie vibes. I know, Stephanie. I'm like, you know, what can I say? Hey, Lisa from Outdoor Travel Travels is here. Another one of my good friends who's helped me. Actually, Lisa is the one who helped me finally learn how to edit. I have so much more to learn, but she's gotten me on the right track, and I'm on the way. Hey, Annette Tuna, just watched Lady Debbie. Good to see her back. I got a text from her today. So yes, she is back. She told her viewers you would be live soon. Yes, yes. I'm so glad. I was really worried about Debbie, but you know, we all need breaks sometimes, and she just needed a break to regroup and reset, and you know how that is. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Rideshare Road Warrior Rick is just Rick to his friends. Okay, Rick. Let's see. Hey, Deborah. Deborah, I am going to call you. You made it to a live. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to say a lot about it today, Deborah, but Deborah has a story to tell, and she's asked me to tell it. I don't know if I'm really capable of doing the job that it warrants and deserves, but I'm going to meet with Deborah and we're going to see. But it is quite a story that I'm not going to say anything else about it, but it is something that I think attention needs to be given to. Hello, Discovering Pixie Ann and Amy. My link is for the live stream. Yes, Amy, my link is because Pascal from Tiny Campers is coming up, and he's going to be answering questions on his brilliant build that he did, that I did a tour of, that's aired today. If you have not seen that tour, go back and watch that tour. In this van, he's got like a bathtub shower set up in his van. I mean, it's built in with a drain. He has a electric shower that he uses, a sprayer that works. He's got a running water for a sink. He has a bed that pulls out. And he, when you watch the video, you'll see how he measured things exactly. He knew before he did the build kind of what he wanted. So he built around different things. And then when he put his battery, and he's put his battery, and then he built his cabinet around. I mean, just brilliant, the design work that he did on it. Plus on top, there's a solar panel that can go up and down. It can tilt. It's a tilting solar panel. And so it can catch the sun at the right angle. Just so many things. Just because I've said them, hearing about them is not enough. You have to see them. And this is I think his fourth iteration of this particular van, but I will let him share that more when he comes up. Oh, Lisa, you got a painting too. Lisa says, love the painting I got. I love the painting I got too, Lisa. It's just beautiful. Vaughn's on a roll says, I want to know how he mounted his curtains front and side. Okay, well, you can ask him that when he comes on. Vaughn's on a roll. Red-headed Riding Hood. Hello, hello, Red-headed Riding Hood. My friend here is on. Red is on. Sherry Marshall, I followed him for a while. He is brilliant. And if you have any questions on have a problem on how you hear me, Pascal, I'm volunteering your services here. But if you have a question, if you have a difficult challenge in a bill and you have something you're trying to figure out, that's the brain to pick to figure it out on. Hey, Miss Frida B. From Southern California. Okay. One of my neighbors. Hey, Lindy. It's awesome. Van Adventures. Oh my goodness. Lindy and I have some things we're going to be talking about. If it's going to be for a while, but stay tuned. In another month or so, we're going to be sharing some stuff. But I'm not gonna do a spoiler here today. Hey, Braun Gwynn says, if and when you come to Australia, you must hold a meetup. I will do that. I want to get to, that's one of my goals before I depart this earth. And Braun, let me just be positive. When I make it to Australia, I am going to have a meetup. Hi, Red. Yeah, Red, are you home yet? Or are you still out of state? Hey, Rose. Hello, Rose. Hello, saying hi to Lindy. Donna Flynn, voice breathing and coaching. Hello, change coaching, says I contacted Five Brain. Oh, okay. To get a top put on my cargo van. Any other suggestions from anyone about good companies to do that? Thank you so much. The only one that Bob Wells has recommended is Five Brain. He had someone else do his top and he was not pleased. Now, this is kind of a crazy thing, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Allison from Travel Snacks, I think her and her dad did their top on theirs, but I would never tackle that, but her dad and her, I think, did her top. I think. But I bet Pascal could give you some suggestions on how to do it, but I'm sure he wouldn't want to do a top. Too much liability. Hey, Cheryl Jennings, hello from Florida. Hello. Hey, Annie and Spencer in the house. I didn't see you. Hello. Red, you said, I'm back from my YouTube break in Philly. Okay. Deborah Otero says, it's up to you to say as much as you would like. Well, Deborah, it will really be up to you to say how much you're comfortable with me sharing, because it's a very, very, very sensitive topic and a heartbreaking one, actually. But we'll talk about that when we talk on the phone, Deborah. Aaron Mack is saying hello. All right, folks. Well, I am going to go off the comments for a little while because I'm not that good at multitasking. Hi, Diane Jimenez from Arizona. And Aaron Mack is saying hello. I think Martina won. He definitely maximized his space, didn't he, Martina? I mean, did you see the little medicine cabinet, the tiny little medicine cabinet over the sink? I mean, come on now. And then the floor, there's all that storage in the floor. But you know what? I keep saying I'm going to go over, but I've got to go over now and pick up Pascal. Pascal, I'm coming over to pick you up and add you to the stream. Okay, let's see. Hold on. How do I add him to the stream? Okay, hey, Pascal. How's it going?
All right. How's it going?
Okay. So, can everyone hear Pascal? Can you hear him? If you can hear him, can you guys do a thumbs up so I know that you all hear him? I can hear Pascal, but I want to make sure that everyone else can. So, what Donna asked Nora how her sale is doing. I bet it's doing blockbusters based on all the wonderful artwork she has on there. But Pascal, can you share, before we get started with questions, how many times have you rebuilt your Toyota Sienna, and what were the different configurations in the builds?
Okay, this is the fourth build that I did. The first one I did like a no build. So I wanted to just kind of leave everything stock as much as possible and try to. I mean, I did build some things. It wasn't just throwing in a mattress or anything like that, but I wanted to leave it as stock as possible so I could go back and forth because I wasn't sure if my wife was going to take the van back one day or anything like that. Um,
Okay.
so the next build, I built a stealth camper. So the idea was, I wanted to make it as stealth as possible,
Mhm.
and so all the cooking and everything is all done inside. The third one I
Can I
made.
ask, can I go back on there? When you say stealth, did you have the solar panel on top?
Yes, the solar panel's still on top, but it's in the basket, so it's really hard for people to even see that it's a solar panel.
Okay, and
Uh,
when you say the cooking was inside, so I know now you have the drawer that pulls out. So how did you cook inside on the one that the cooking was inside on?
well, I had a big counter and there was a huge sink. If you look at it, there's a big, like almost kitchen size sink in there, and I use that. I doubled the sink as storage area, so I wasn't afraid to use a big sink. I just used it as storage. But my stove would sit inside the sink, and I would just
Okay.
pull it out whenever I need to cook.
Okay. And then the third iteration of it was what?
Was what I called the flexible camper, and that one, my idea was that I do a lot of work, carry wood and things like that, and gardening, and I was helping my brother do some maintenance on his house, and I needed a work van, so I
Mhm.
wanted to make a camper van that I could easily convert back into a work van when I wanted to, haul junk.
So would you
It
have
was
it? So did you have it kind of modular where you can take things in and out?
Yes, but not just that, I had all my gear and equipment inside, my build so that when I take out the whole build, everything goes out with it. So
Mm.
it's not like I'm emptying different pieces. It's all contained within the cabinet that I built. So I just
Oh,
basically took out the whole cabinet and all my gear went with it.
so you had it all set up, so you just had to basically take out a main unit and that was it.
Yes.
Okay. So now did you think of this? I'm trying to think, figure out how you're thinking of this. So do you stop before? Because a lot of people are doing bills, are modifying their own bills. Do you stop before you do your bill? Do you make a drawing? Do you make a plan? What do you do before you start a build?
No, I don't make plans. I just make it up as I go along.
Okay.
I'm a very visual guy, so when I see things and I see a hole, I see an
Mhm.
opportunity,
Okay. Okay. Now
and I fill up that hole. It's kind of
one
like that medicine cabinet that you mentioned. I just saw some space in the back, and I said, "I bet you I could build a little medicine cabinet there too."
Was that what happened with the floor when you got the floor in? You thought, wow, there's space underneath here?
Yes, because when I was building the floor, I had to raise it significantly so that it would be level because there's such a grade on the Sienna that it's nowhere near level. And it was just so painful to lose all that space. So as I was building it, I thought one day I'm going to cut into this and then build a storage.
Okay. So now a couple of questions I wanted to ask. How you used it looks to me like almost everything in there was either scrap material or things you got for free off Craigslist or free cycle or something, or are things people
Yeah.
were throwing away. Did you actually buy anything for this build?
Oh yeah, yeah. I bought things. Of course, the
Okay.
electronics I bought too, and
Yeah.
the appliances. But there's a lot of hardware that I have to buy: screws and brackets and hinges.
But
But
as far as most of the building material, like the wood, like the pieces that like the stuff for the cabinets, for the drawers and stuff, did you have to buy any of that stuff? Not
I
the the screws and stuff, but I mean the actual wood and stuff.
Yeah, the only thing that I could think of off the top of my head in terms of wood and stuff that I actually bought was the scrap flooring, which I paid around $10 for
What?
50 square feet,
Oh
left over.
my God.
I gave him $10 for it. That's the only thing I could think of
Now,
right off the
where
top of my head.
so what would you say the bill that I did the tour of, other than the cost of the electrical, what would you say the total cost of the build was?
uh, let's say screws and brackets and things like that, I'm gonna say outside the appliances, of course, maybe $100.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
but
god.
but it's not free because I spent a lot of effort in
No, no, I
tracking
mean,
these
I'm
things
not
down.
saying your labor, even when you go to get your
Yes,
car worked on, the labor is 10 times more than the
yes.
parts. So
So
I'm
I
asking
I,
as
I
far as,
had a goal to try to reuse stuff as much as I can. So I actually worked much harder in trying to find free wood than I did would have if I just went to the Home Depot and bought it.
so let me ask you, because there are a lot of people who watch my channel who are on very, very limited budgets. They're living on Social Security, sometimes less than well below $1,000 a month. What were some of the sources where you found some of your materials?
My main two places are Craigslist and OfferUp. And I literally scour the free stuff and I see something free and I'm thinking I could build something with that. I could turn that into something. And that's where it goes from. And a lot of these things that I did, I actually didn't have it in mind until I saw the free item. And then I
Right.
said, you know what, I could turn that into my countertop.
Well, it's kind of like when I go somewhere like in a fabric store somewhere, I think, oh, wow, that would make a cool curtain, or that would make a cool pillow. You see something, and once you see it, you kind of visualize what it could be. Is that
Yeah.
how it works for you?
Yeah. A lot like that.
Okay. So now I'm not familiar with the Craigslist. So does Craigslist have a free section or something on it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So Craigslist, the free section, and OfferUp. What is OfferUp?
It's kind of like a Craigslist competitor. It's just an app, and there's an online site too. But it's for people who resell their stuff, and I use it myself to give away things too. It's really good. I mean, there's a lot of people that scour that, like myself, who could
Okay.
use something. If you don't want to
Okay.
throw it away,
Well, folks, if you are on a very limited budget and you really need to find a some materials, you're hearing it here first that this is a good source, and you see the beautiful end result that came from Pascal's um, build. Now, this build that you did, now, when we talk, you're talking about you're going to maybe tear it apart. I'm hoping you won't, but we won't discuss that. But you're looking at maybe tearing it apart to do what? What do you want to do next?
so my next build, I was thinking about doing a build that's focused on somebody living full time in the RV, in the camper. It won't be me. I have no, I like living in my house. It's
Okay.
very comfortable. But that would be the philosophy behind the build. So there'll be a lot less foldable stuff. It'll be just stuff that's always there. So I'm not going to have a pull out kitchen drawer or anything like that. The kitchen will already be there.
Okay. So you will have the kitchen as one unit. How are you going to have that? Or
Uh,
have you decided yet?
Yeah, I have something cooking up in my mind, but maybe it depends on what I find for free.
Uh Red came on a little later. She asked, does Pascal have a channel? Could you share your channel name with everyone? And could one of my moderators drop a link to Pascal's channel? What is the name? Oh, it's right there. Pascal Tiny Campers. But it's
Correct.
not called it's not called, is it called it's not called Pascal Tiny Campers.
No, just tiny campers.
Yeah, just Tiny Campers. And what is some of the content you have on your channel right now?
So I have the history of all my builds, and if you look at some of my earlier videos, they're just awful. I didn't know what I was doing, uh,
Join the
but
club.
they got better in time, and I got better at being able to film what I was doing. So my focus is not so much of the channel is not really giving van tours. That's actually just a very small part. But all the videos are broken down to the individual things that I did. For instance, you could see how I built the bed, and I have a video for that. You can see how I built the bathtub. There's a video for that. So
Okay.
most of the videos are of the building of each individual thing, and there's very little actual tour videos in my channel.
Okay.
And every now and then I'll do a product review of some camping type related products that I used.
Now Nora's saying she saw, is she talking about you? An April Fool's video?
Yeah,
She
I
said
did do an April Fool's video.
she said she was hysterical. She believed your wife kicked you out. I'll have to
Yes.
go check that out.
Yeah, I simulated a day of full-time RV living in the city and working, and I said my wife kicked me out of the house.
Okay. So will you, what are, so in your next bill, whatever that will be, would you, will you, can you, do you think you might go step by step and show each thing as you're doing it so
Oh,
people can see?
for sure. I mean, that's what I do. Like I said,
Okay.
that's 90% of the videos on my channel. It's a little bit boring, and most people they don't want to see the build videos. They just want to see the end product. But most of my videos are the build videos and not the end product.
For some people, like, I mean, people who have a Sienna with that back, um, well, might very well be interested in seeing how to do a shower back there, and you had the plug, so you didn't even have to drill a hole in in your minivan. And
No,
Red dropped the link for Pascal's channel. So go over everyone else, hit the link, even if you have to go out of here and come back, and subscribe to Pascal. What are you at right now, your subscribers?
I think almost 10,000, pretty close, like
Okay.
9,900 or so.
Well, let's see if we can't get you to at least 15,000, or I mean 12,000. I mean, at least, come on, folks, you can do it. Share out, watch one of Pascal's videos and share it out. Share it out to 5 people. If everyone that watches his video shares it out to 5 people, I bet people will love his content. So what are some things, could you perhaps do a video maybe on you going on a hunt for material and finding some material? That might be interesting, and then showing what, saying, this is something, this could be either A, B, or C. I would probably only have an A. I couldn't think of 3 things, but you could probably think of 3 or 4 or 5 things. I think that would be interesting to show you picking up material and what you think this could be, so we could see it in its raw form and then see what you took and made it into, kind of like, the maker of Pinocchio,
Yeah.
took a piece of wood and made it into something.
Well, I mean, I do have similar things to that in my videos. For
Oh, do
instance,
you?
I went out and I got two IKEA TV consoles, and I said I'm going to make my furniture, my build with these two TV consoles, and I had them in their raw form, and I cut them up, and I believe that was my stealth camper that I
Okay.
used the two TV consoles, and I basically used the wood of that as 90% of my material for that build.
Well, it looks like, hey, triathlete at New York, I haven't seen you in a while. Glad to see you in the house. Hello, hello. But oh, several people have saying they're subscribing. Lava Lindy subscribed. Wanda Hutchins subscribed. All right, good. Red says she was already subscribed. Okay, okay. So yeah, so it sounds like you have just, you can, like you said, you have a visual mind, so you can look at something and visualize what it could be. And that's really quite a talent, actually, and quite a gift, because it cuts down a lot of the time trying to figure everything out, because you've already got a picture of it as soon as you see it. So what are some other things that you think you're going to be doing in the near future on your channels?
Well, I got a Ford Maverick pickup truck, and if you don't know what that is, it's a very, very small pickup truck. And the bed is only 4.5 feet, and most people are taller than 4.5 feet. So if they want to sleep in the back of that truck, you got to make some modifications. And that's what I'm cooking up next. I mean, right now, I'm going to figure out a way how I could turn that Maverick into a part-time camper, and I'm going to sleep in the back of that bed, and I'm not 4.5 feet tall, so I'm going to need to find a way to extend it to make it work somehow. So uh, I'm going to do it. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm going to do something.
Now, are you going to maybe do wood panels on the side going up, do you
Yes,
think?
I am. Yes.
Okay. And then
I
what are
don't like sleeping in tents. I
me
just want
either.
something more secure, so
Yeah.
it will be a secure enclosure.
Yeah, I like something where, especially as a woman and traveling with my daughter, I like something where if there's a problem, we can turn on the motor engine, whatever, and we are out of there. You know, at a tent, you've got to run for your life if something comes up. You may be, that person may be in between you and your vehicle, so you have nowhere to go. So no, I know I don't want to be in a tent unless I'm with maybe 50 other people and they're all surrounding me and everyone's got Dobermans and pit bulls and German shepherds or something. But other than that, no, at this point I'm more comfortable in a secure, lockable unit. So the Maverick, so do you have any idea when you might start that?
I just installed the frame to it, a rack, and I'm going to use just a standard sports rack where people throw their surfboards or their snowboards on top of, and that's going to be my skeleton for my frame. So my idea was that I would actually make a pull out. So it's not long enough, like I said, but if I open up the tailgate and I pull the whole thing out, I can extend it to just over 6 feet, and I'm under 6 feet, so I should fit. And like I had in my other video, I do make these things tailored to my size. I don't make them for you know a 7 footer because
Have
it's
you
just
ever
for me.
ever considered building like something that would be kind of like a teardrop trailer on a trailer um bed? Have you ever, like those, I don't even know what you call it, but I guess it's a trailer thing, whatever you call it, that they build them on the frame.
Mhm.
Have you ever considered building something on that?
I have, and that'd be like a tiny home type situation when you build it on a trailer. I just have nowhere to put it, and my wife would kill me if I park that out front. So whatever car I bring home, it has to pass her eyes test, or else I can't bring it home. And she really hated the way my element looked, so she was really ready for me to sell it.
So you can't bring a junker, you're saying, and
I,
park
I,
it in
I
your front of your
can't.
house.
I would love to bring home an ugly piece of junk and turn it into something pretty, but that ain't gonna happen.
Well, maybe
Not if I want to stay married for real.
maybe we can find some place where you can do that. I'm sure there must be some place where you can. I actually, you know what? I know someone who owns an upholstery shop, and he has all kinds of vehicles all over there. And maybe because I've been wanting to do, what am I talking about? I've been wanting to have someone help me. I like doing things, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I have to have someone say, okay, put that there. Okay, put that there. Okay. But that would be kind of taxing on someone to stand there and tell me every single step. But I would like to do, I don't know if you're aware, I want to build a tiny home village, a little tiny, where people who need a place to come stay, especially particularly older senior women who don't have anywhere to stay and might want to have some, even a place to rest for a while before they get back on the road. So I'm looking for property now to build a tiny home village on. But we'll talk more.
I'd like to build a tiny home on that property.
Okay, you heard him first
So
here.
actually, on my channel, I did do a tiny home conversion out of my brother's garage. So
Oh, you
his
did?
garage is now a tiny home that I converted.
Oh
So
my
it's
gosh.
on my channel too.
Okay, all right. Well, I want to do a tiny home in my backyard, but I don't have anyone. My house, or my front yard already looks crazy, so it won't matter. but yeah, we'll talk more about that. But so the truck, do you think you're going to have maybe some content where you'll show the truck as it is now, so people can get an idea where you're starting, maybe, and
Yeah, it's actually already there. I've already introduced the truck
okay.
last year. I said I'm going to build it. I just haven't got around to it yet. But it's about time. Once the weather warms up, I start feeling better. I just hate the cold. I'm like
Me
you.
too. Me too. You
I'm
see
in
it. You see
California,
me.
not for the cold.
Yeah, I got this. You see, I'm inside the house, and I got this on in my beanie.
I
Yeah,
got my hoodie on too, and I'm inside the house.
yeah, yeah. We're spoiled. We're really spoiled, you know. Schooly Vibe says she'll help you build it. She is very handy, and she's a decorator. She's really good. So hey,
Sure.
so I am just excited to see. Someone up here was saying that they want to build a Pamela says her German Shepherd would have licked everyone to death. Wanda says, I want to get a van that has headroom about 6 foot. I'm 4'11". Well, that should be plenty, I would think. Wouldn't you think, Pascal? That would be
I,
plenty.
I think so.
Yeah, that's more than plenty. Um, I'm looking to see uh Rose says, I wonder if tiny campers could build out the uh-oh, here we go. We kind of knew this would happen. She's Rose wants to know if you could build out the back of her Chevy Avalanche on the Jeep.
Well, I bet you the Avalanche is a 4.5 foot bed, just like the Maverick. It's a bigger car, but the bed is not much bigger. I bet you it'd be something very similar to what I would have to do to extend it out.
So could maybe Rose watch you do your bed and get some ideas on that?
She could get a idea, maybe not good ideas, but my ideas are a little crazy sometimes.
Okay, well maybe well Rose, why don't you watch what he does with this Maverick? I don't know what the Chevy Avalanche is. What is a Chevy Avalanche?
It, it's a it's a pickup truck that's kind of based on an SUV, so the bed itself is a little bit on the smaller side. It's not like a 6 foot bed or anything like that, but
Okay,
it's still a
okay.
big car.
Okay. So, and Rose, was that who is that said there? So Rose, how tall are you, Rose? Because that would have a big bearing on what size bed you would need, how tall you are. Um, so maybe if you put that up here, maybe Pascal has some ideas on that. I'm looking to see here Sylvia Torres is saying hello, hello. Wanda says I would have to do a no build. Well, you can do a limited build, you know, where you're just putting like I could probably hammer legs onto something, you know, just hammer
Yeah.
from the top or hammer from the side. I mean, that's relatively what would you say, Pascal, are the very basic tools someone would need in order to do a simple build?
Yeah. My number one tool is the power cordless drill. That's just key. Even before a hammer, I need
Really?
my cordless drill.
And what
So
kind of cordless drill do you have? Do you
uh,
use?
I have an economy one, just like I have two. I have a Porter cable and I have a Work Pro. And if you're familiar with tool brands, the Work Pro is a bargain brand, and the Porter
Okay.
cable is just a middle of the road brand. It's not an expensive brand or anything like that. But I do use two because sometimes I need to drill a hole before I screw something in, so it's easier to have two. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay.
two drills and a circular saw, a small circular saw, a 4.5 inch saw or something.
Okay.
Those are my main things.
And what kind of workbench do you have?
Uh, it's my driveway.
Okay. All right. Oh, no
My
wonder
neighbors think I'm crazy.
no wonder your wife is like, on edge.
She's embarrassed.
Hey, if your neighbors saw the things that you build, they would be coming over there begging you to build for them.
Well, she's embarrassed, and they laugh, but they all come to me when they need help.
Now, thank you. They laugh, but they're not laughing when they're needing help, are they?
No.
Okay, that's funny. Pamela Smith says, anyone ever thought of building a sliding unit that slides into an area that's already equipped with everything, something thin and out of fiberglass, maybe, or something? Kind of sounds like that's what you did with your unit in one of your builds.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do with the Maverick. I don't want to use fiberglass because one, I've never used it before, and two, it's a little expensive. So I try to do everything really cheap. So I'll probably try to find a cheaper alternative. I do have something in my mind, um, using thinner plywood because it's easy for me to cut, and then having a thin plastic paneling on the outside for waterproofing and things like that. So
Now,
uh,
what
I
about
do.
coroplast?
I'm
Coroplast.
sorry.
Do you ever use coroplast? You know that thing that has the little holes, pockets in it? You know, so that white sheet and it has the little, looks like little holes, pockets, tubes, little tubes going
Uh,
across.
Kind of like plastic cardboard.
Yeah. Do you ever use that for anything?
No, I haven't used it for anything.
Okay.
And a main reason why I haven't used it is because I can't source it for free. You
Okay.
know, I most of the stuff, because there are things that I tried that I failed that it's not on a video anywhere, and I
Okay.
don't want to be spending a lot of money on stuff that I end up throwing out because I
Yeah,
failed.
exactly. That's a good point. That's a very good point. So, Daniel Villalobos says we are under, oh, you're under, oh my goodness, under tornado conditions in Cheyenne, and we have to build something strong here. So, what would, if someone was building a tiny house in an area, or even something in an area that had tornadoes, what would you do?
Oh God, I'd move to California.
We're sorry, Daniel. We don't have any
No,
suggestions.
I'm clueless for that stuff.
Okay. Okay. Uh Rose says, "Oh no, I've seen his builds. He's great." Okay, all right. Rose says she's 5'5". So that would work in an avalanche, wouldn't it? If she's 5'5"
Um,
in the bed.
I don't know if the bed's that big.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
close, but I'm thinking the bed is 5 feet. That's just my guess.
Okay. All right. So Pamela Smith says, what state are you in, Daniel? Daniel is in Cheyenne. Well, that's why Cheyenne would be Wyoming, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah. Daniel says Wyoming. Uh okay, schooly vibes. Stephanie saying, Carol with a hammer. Hey, I do use a hammer. Now I don't hold the nail down here because I know I'll hammer my finger. So I'll have Jessica hold the nail. Then I do the hammering. Oh my goodness. But Pamela says, wow, I didn't know that Wyoming had tornadoes. Oh my goodness. Okay, your daughter lives in 10 sleep. I'm not sure what that means. Um, Graham says she loves everything, and that's invited. It's only intruders she's not fond of. Okay, I'm guessing you're talking about maybe, I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not going to guess. Lou, who's this? Lou says, Lao says, thank you. Yay for a tiny home community. I know. I am so excited. I'm looking for property now. I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking in California, but you can imagine it's pretty expensive. And oh, here's what I wanted to ask you, Pascal. If you bought or I bought property in an area, and this is the problem. A lot of the areas I'm looking at are off grid, so you'd have to do a water system. What kind of water system would you do if you were doing one?
For permanent living,
Yeah.
gosh, I haven't even thought that far in advance of permanent
Okay.
establishments. But you know, electricity is really easy these days with solar equipment. I mean,
Hmm.
it's almost too easy. It's not even. You could just buy the stuff off the shelf these days. There's so
Right.
little you have to do. But
And with
water is just a different story.
it is, it really is. And I think water, I've been saying it for a long time. I think at least on the West Coast, I think water is really Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, California, water is turning into the new gold, you know. It's really becoming a challenge in many areas.
Yeah.
All right. Who is this? Schooly Vibe says, good to go. You all, oh, gotta go. You all enjoy your holiday weekend. Be safe, be blessed. Thank you, Schooly Vibes, for stopping in. Have a great Memorial Day holiday, and do be safe out there on the road, because they say more people are out on the road this holiday than have been out in quite a while. The biggest holiday, Memorial Day traffic out on the roads in years, they're saying. So Pamela Smith says, with all the free cardboard in the world, should somebody should learn to do something with it. Yeah, well, cardboard, the only problem is, well, now I did a tour of someone who was living in an SUV who folded up cardboard and used it as kind of a cushion under his bed. He used it as a cushion for his blankets and his what do you call it, his sleeping bag. So people do use it, but cardboard, tell me if you agree or not, Pascal, but cardboard, you really have to keep it inside. It can't get wet. I mean, you
Sure.
have so many restrictions,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Yeah,
And then
you can build it inside. It can be strong with the right type of cardboard.
now, what kind of cardboard would be strong?
Well, usually any kind of thick cardboard that comes with your appliances or things like that. And even if it's not that strong, if you fold a few pieces together,
Mhm.
you'll see you won't be able to fold very many times because it
Right.
gets very, very rigid.
So now, what are some things, if you could just think off, I know this is like throwing something at you off the cuff, but if you could think of something that you could build with cardboard inside that's folded that would be strong enough, what do you think might be some uses for cardboard?
Mm, I guess you could build little cabinets with it, like anything that won't get wet. So I wouldn't build any cabinets around the sink or anything like that.
Right.
But for instance, my pantry, I bet you I could get away with building using cardboard for that.
And probably for your medicine cabinet.
No, it's too close to water.
Oh, is it too close? So even if it's not on the water, even close to water, you wouldn't use the cardboard?
Well, I mean, I don't want a drop of water on cardboard. Every drop of water that gets on cardboard, you're going to lose some integrity over time.
Okay. All right. So, but your cabinet that's against the opposite wall for your
Yes.
pantry, you feel comfortable using that?
Yeah,
Oh,
the water doesn't go there.
okay. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but hopefully that give you an idea, Pamela, of something. Um, Kenneth Bailey says, ever since we met as Globies, Graham, I've been intruding on your life. Okay. Well, that's what happens when you guys get to meet each other. Uh, um, Red says, amen. That's what I'll do eventually, move back to Cali. Okay. Well, once you move out of California, sometimes it's very hard to come back because especially if you buy in another market and it's not appreciating the way property, you stay a few years and then try and sell and come back. Unless you have put away a lot, you could have a serious problem trying to get back into the market here. Let's see. You probably haven't seen the Wombles children's show on telly, but Pascal is a Womble. I don't know what a Womble is. I have to look at the Womble on telly.
I don't know what that is either, but I'm going to look it up.
Okay, I will too. Okay, Stu is saying, hi, Glow. Really enjoy your content. Thanks for the video. You're welcome. TC says, how about if the person slept diagonally? How much more space could that potentially give?
If your goal is just sleeping in the back of the avalanche, I think you'll be able to do it if you sleep diagonally. Just throw a mattress back there. If just sleeping is the goal, but if you're trying to build a little mini camper or something, then sleeping diagonally will make it very tough for you to build anything around it. It's
Okay.
doable.
So it's not just the getting it in there, it's actually putting all the other things that you need and having them being able to build, because if it's diagonally, or if you're but if you're sleeping diagonally, then you're gonna have, or you'd have to move it all the time to get around, and that would be at a certain point,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a pain in the neck.
yeah, but
Okay,
it's doable.
okay. Well, do you think you might do it one of these times and show us?
A diagonal?
Yeah.
I might do it just for fun, but I don't think
Very
it,
practical.
yeah, it's not an optimal layout.
Okay. Okay. Kenneth Bailey is saying Wombat. He's laughing. Okay. 10 Sleep is a town. What? So your daughter's in 10 Sleep. I didn't know 10 Sleep was a town. Okay. Okay. Wanda Hutchins says Google says an avalanche has a bed that's 5'2", but can be extended over 8 feet. How could it be extended over 8 feet? Maybe they're talking about putting the back seats down. That's interesting. I don't know how you would extend a 5'2" bed to 8 foot. That's interesting.
I don't
Okay.
know either. Yeah, maybe the back seat's down, or maybe they're just talking with the tailgate open.
Okay. Well, yeah, but again, like we talked about, you don't want to sleep with the tailgate open because then you're not in a secure setting,
Yeah. Well,
you know.
well, with my
All right.
Maverick, I do tend to open up the tailgate, and like I said, have something that pulls out. That's all contained. That's the idea. And maybe there'll never be a video because I'll fail so bad.
Well, we want to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? Not just the good. We want to see it all because that, you know what, honestly, if you do something that doesn't work out, then others will say, well, if this guy did something, they won't feel so bad because then they'll think, hey, okay, you know, things happen and they won't be discouraged and they'll start all over again. So maybe you need to show people when you mess up. If nothing more than to keep them going when they mess up. Nora says, oh, Nora needs to go, but wanted to just leave my link to my art shop. Everything is discounted. Well, thank you very much, Nora. There's her link to her Etsy shop. Go check it out. She has some beautiful artwork over there. Just so talented. And oh, thank you. Red again dropped the link to Pascal's Tiny Campers. Thank you so much. Rose says, thanks, Wanda Hutchins. I didn't know it was that long, nor it could be extended over 8 feet. Great info. Oh, hey, Lady Debbie S. Van Life is in the house. Hello, Debbie. Good to see you. Good to see you back on YouTube, and hopefully you're refreshed, renewed, and gonna get back out and onto YouTube some more. Everyone's saying have a great weekend, Nora. Anyone who's on here, you know, we're heading to 4 o'clock, and I know it's the holiday weekend, you guys have things to do. Anyone who's the first time in the house, could you put a number 1 so we can all welcome you, give you a big globy welcome? So give us a number 1, let us know it's your first time in the house. And also, if you are my moderator, one of my moderators, would you please drop your link so everyone can know where to go and how to reach you? And if you are a content creator, would you put a C so that we can all go over and support you? You know, we like supporting our globies here. Pam says, man, I've gotten some stuff that you have to cut with a saw that came with different appliances and stuff. Yeah. So that's what Pascal was saying, that some of the boxes that you get with your appliances are very stiff. So that you might be able to use that, save some money using that, but not near water, nowhere near water. Wanda's saying, Rose, I didn't either, but I know it all. Google says, so it must be true. Well, I don't know what Google must be true on Google, but I would double check even if you see it on Google. Pamela Smith says, well, if it was sprayed with some kind of water sealant, I don't know. What do you think, Pascal?
I'm sure it'll help. If just depends what your goal is to be able to build something out of cardboard, which is actually pretty kind of fun. Gears are turning in my head right now.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do a cardboard build, but if your goal is just for something cheap and easy, and having to seal it with waterproof spray kind of makes it not so cheap and easy anymore. Uh, I'd probably just rather go back and find some cheap wood that somebody's throwing out and just paint it so it's not so ugly.
TC says you could glue multiple layers of cardboard to get the strength, and
Definitely.
then coat it with some quality sealant to make it waterproof and even stronger. But like you said, the sealant, it starts to get expensive. But like gluing strong layers of cardboard together, that's a great idea. I like that idea. Don says, my brother, he's coming back to California one day. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I miss having my brother so far away. Hey, Thomas is from Northern New York State. Welcome. Cardboard, Graham says cardboard makes good mulch in the garden with straw on top. The problem is it's great cockroach food and not recommended for use inside. I don't know.
That's great advertising for building a camper van out of cardboard.
I don't know. I have to say, Pamela Smith says, I'm 70 years old and I sleep on about 2.5-inch futon that I lay out on floor every night and it's comfortable. Okay. Well, in your build, the bed was made out of a futon, the one that you're doing now. So that, but it was a little thicker. Excuse me. It was a little thicker than 2.5 inches though. Right, Pascal?
Yeah, I believe my memories is that it's 3 inches thick. And plus, like the video showed, I have carpet underneath too, so it's not on the hard floor.
I thought that was a brilliant idea, having carpet underneath your bed. It really, and even if you had like some padding or something,
Yeah.
because the padding on the carpet, I've had in a house that, I bought that they were doing the carpeting. I bought cheap carpeting, but I had great padding and it lasted forever and the feel was wonderful because the padding is what gave it the feel, not the carpet, but your carpet was thick and that really
It makes a difference.
I could feel that. Yeah, I could really feel that. All right. Rose says, I honestly believe that tiny campers could do it. His ideas are fantastic. Rose is still trying to hit you up for her avalanche. I'll leave that between you and Rose. TC says, I've been thinking of trying furniture grade Mod Podge on cardboard to try and create a strong and waterproof material. That glaze is supposed to be non-toxic, so good for closed quarters. That's interesting. I never heard that, but that's an interesting idea. Daniel Villalobos say just signed up for Tiny Campers. Great, thank you, Daniel. Deborah Otero, first time in the house. Thank you. Outdoor Tash Travels. Lisa is one of my moderators. There's her link. Andel B, first time in the house. Daniel Villalobos, first time in the house. Well, you guys know. Go over and say hello to these folks. Welcome, Andel B. Welcome, Deborah. Welcome, Daniel. And Rideshare World Warrior Rick, first time in the house. And he's a content creator. So go over and check him out and say hello, guys. You know how we do. A good Globy welcome to all our newbies in the house. Annie and Spence are content creators. Yes, Thomas Dilden says, let's thank the moderators for the work they do. Yes, my moderators, Lisa, Tim from Mo Bang for Your Bucks. He's not in tonight, but Red-Headed Riding Hood. Oh my goodness. Stephanie from Schooly Vibes. Arcuda 2000. Nora from Arcuda is a content creator. Have I missed? Oh, Lisa from Outdoor Travels is a content creator. These are moderators. Let's see, who else are moderators? Trying to think anyone else. I have a couple of other moderators, but I don't know if they're in the house right now. Vaughn's on a roll. Did I make you a moderator? Vaughn's on a roll. I think I did. But Diane Jimenez, first time in the house. Guys, say hello to Diane Jimenez. Welcome her here. Redhead Riding Hood. There's her link. So Deborah is saying hello to all Globies. Kenneth says, Pascal Carroll truly respects you and we all love her opinions here. Yes, I do. He's brilliant. Pascal is brilliant. Watch his channel. You will learn so much from it. I got so many ideas from Pascal. Of course, I can't implement them because I can't even build a shoebox, but I can get the ideas and then beg someone else to do it for me. But Deborah says, Globies, I'm happy to be part of the family. Oh, thank you. I'm happy for you to be part of the family, Deborah. Lady Debbie S says, hello, Red. I read your book. It helped me a lot. Oh, good. Cool. Very cool. Graham says the Wombos reuse and repurpose everything. Okay. So I gotta still go over and check out the Wombos.
I was looking at a picture online and I was thinking, I don't look like that. So it's probably this model that they're talking about.
Thank you. Thank you, Triathlete New York, for this super sticker. Thank you so much. And Lady Debbie S. Van Life. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you all just being here. You know that. Okay. Rideshare Rick says he's going to be returning to California in the fall. Okay. Wanda says, Carol, did you ever release a video with an interview with Wolf from Slab City, or did I miss it? Oh my goodness. I haven't released it yet because I haven't edited it. I am working on editing it, and the plan is for it to be released on Cheap RV Living. That's the plan, on Bob Wells' channel. So we'll see, how that goes. We'll just see how things go there. But it's coming. I'm hoping in the next week to get that edited. Let's see. Triathlete New York says, going on 10 months living in my tiny house. Wow. Oh yeah, we did a little interview with Triathlete New York. It has a tiny house. Oh my goodness, worth the wait. Don't miss my large house. I don't know, Pascal. Doesn't sound like your wife would be up for a tiny house.
Not for her to live in, no.
No, I don't think so.
It'd be for me. And then I'll just purposely get in an argument about something silly, and then she kicks me out. I'll be okay. I get to go to the tiny house.
Oh my goodness! You can't give up your plans. You've given it up now. That's not going to work. Okay. Redheaded Riding Hood says, Lady Debbie, yes, I do have another book of poetry, read poems, but it's not out yet. Pray for me about that, deciding if I will self-publish it or not. Okay, to all Globies sending love, Graham, new and old from Australia. All right. Kenneth Bailey says, I look like a wombat. All right, well, folks, it is past 4:00 and we are going to head on out. Thank you so much, Pascal, for coming on. And we have a little project we may be doing in the future, but we're not going to share it right now. We'll see. Wanda says Pascal has a mobile doghouse for when he's in trouble.
That's what all the neighbors say. That's what they say the purpose is.
All right. Well, Pascal, thank you so much. And especially thank you for sharing that magnificent build. It's just brilliant. You have so many uses of space, and you've really, I think, encouraged a lot of people, me, to go out and start looking for repurposed stuff. The problem is I get all this stuff and then it piles up and then I don't do anything with it, so I have piles of junk everywhere. So I probably need to not do it until I'm ready to do something and then do it. All right. Well, Pascal, thank you so much. Thank you, Globies, for being on here. Graham says wombats eat roots and leaves. Okay, well, I'm going to leave the wombats alone, Graham. All right. Well, guys, thank you. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and have a safe weekend. Red says, thanks, Pascal. Yes. And love each and every one of you. I will be talking more to Pascal. Go over and check out his YouTube channel, Tiny Campers. That's 2 words, Tiny Campers. And you're going to see some content, because I went over and checked it out, and you're going to see some wonderful, wonderful content and learn a lot about different things. And you can go on and make comments. And I'm sure if you ask him questions about different things he has on there, he'll answer them. All right. Check that video out. Check out Pascal's channel, and I will see you guys next week, if not before. Pascal, thanks a lot, and I am going to end the broadcast, and I will see you another time. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Hey.